Welcome to another interesting video with fun and unknown facts. Hope you will enjoy the video. Let's get started. Please do subscribe for more videos.
The worst of the pandemic may finally be over, according to new modeling results. From a consortium of researchers advising the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the team's COVID-19 Scenario Modeling Hub, which is co-coordinated by researchers at Penn State, projects that COVID-19 cases will decrease across the United States, barring the emergence of any new variants or major changes in behavior. This projected decline in cases could be due to a number of factors, including the availability of vaccines to children ages 5 to 11, which may be available in the next few weeks, and the increasing number of people that are now immune due to either vaccination or natural exposure to the virus. The researchers combined 9 different mathematical models from different research groups to project the trajectory of the pandemic over the next 6 months. They published their results online on soon. Synergizing results from multiple models has been shown to give much more reliable projections than any one model alone, said Shea, who published a paper early in the pandemic demonstrating a technique for minimizing uncertainty by combining multiple models together to make projections. The team specifically examined 4 potential scenarios, including whether childhood vaccine uptake will be high and whether a more infectious new variant will emerge. The most likely scenario is that children age 5 to 11 will be approved for vaccination, and that no new super-spreading variant will emerge. In this case, by March 2022, COVID-19 infections across the United States could slowly and steadily drop from about 140,000 per day today to about 9,000 per day. And deaths could decline from about 1,500 per day today to fewer than 100 per day. These numbers are similar to those that characterized the US in March 2020 when the virus was just starting to spread throughout the country. They are also lower than the numbers seen in the US earlier this summer, after the vaccines had been available for several months and before the Delta variant had begun to gain the upper hand. States like Florida and Georgia that have seen high caseloads over the past few months are projected to experience rapid decreases in cases due to high levels of immunity. In contrast, states like Pennsylvania, where the caseloads haven't been as high in recent weeks, may not see the same decline in cases since a greater proportion of people remain vulnerable to infection. Vaccine availability to children ages 5 to 11 is also expected to contribute to a drop in COVID-19 cases, with several thousand fewer deaths and tens of thousands of fewer cases across the US. And if a new, more transmissible variant appears, the drop could comprise hundreds of thousands of fewer cases and a similar relative decrease in hospitalizations. National measures are still vital as the pandemic inches closer towards its final phase, experts say. Waves will continue to hit different nations at different times, and countries will need to work within their own experiences and capabilities. That could mean a selection of measures to keep COVID at bay are here to stay. As individuals, we should keep protecting ourselves and protecting people around us through face masks, social distance, and vaccination. We have been talking about globalization for a long time, in commerce, finance, tourism, Garcia said. This pandemic, as with climate change, seems like a test. It seriously requires us to act like in a global world. Most recently, travel bans placed on South Africa and other nearby nations, after authorities successfully detected the emergence of the Omicron variant, have divided scientists. Experts are calling for countries to come together on COVID, not pull apart. And that call was taken up by WHO this week when it called for a global treaty to avoid the same mistakes when the next pandemic strikes. Omicron demonstrates just why the world needs a new accord on pandemics. Our current system disincentivizes countries from alerting others to threats that will inevitably land on their shores. The emergence of the Omicron variant in sub-Saharan Africa, where vaccination rates are low, has underlined once more the importance of a strategy to vaccinate poorer nations. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, less than 8% of people in low-income countries have received at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine. Meanwhile, 63.9% of people in high-income countries have received at least one shot, according to WHO. Some countries have fared better in the face of COVID than others. But to accelerate the endgame, countless experts, including Taylor, are calling for a new, global approach, particularly when it comes to vaccines, treatments, and information sharing. Such an effort is the best way to end the pandemic quickly, they say, and unless it happens, people in every corner of the world could still be living under a COVID cloud through 2022 and beyond.
Please do subscribe for more videos.